Also, you touched upon before about the reaction you get from government going out on mass media. Before this intro, I talked to you about the fact that us at Tyre Rubber Recycling, our editor Ewan Scott and Peter Taylor, the TRA, they've been highlighting these issues around tyre waste for years. I think over a decade. So how do we go about highlighting this issue in the wider media and keeping that message to people about, hey, this is an important topic?
Yeah, I mean, it is really tough. And we both know there was a breakthrough moment or era for plastic waste. And I would call it the David Attenborough moment, when, if David Attenborough appears on the television saying this dolphin has got plastic bags in its stomach, we all take notice very quickly, even though you only have to show one incident and we're all in there with him. And we know that became a very important subject soon after those kinds of documentaries. It wasn't instant, but it happened fairly quickly. Yeah. That's never happened for tyres. And the problem is, which all your listeners and readers will know, that we only ever come across them in that sort of grudging transaction when we go and get a set of new tyres. Yeah. And we don't even want to. We want to pay as little as possible and get out of there as quickly as possible and get on with our lives. So it's never really resonated. And what can we do about that? Well, I mean, you engaged me, or this area has engaged me. I'm interested, which means you can engage other mainstream journalists, but it has to be out there in the mainstream press. And I thought it was a mini breakthrough moment, hopefully, when the BBC did that. But to keep the pressure up, I'm not sure how you do it. I mean, one of the ways perhaps is to embarrass the government, particularly, as you said, with the new government, to say, look, Australia, New Zealand have already got a sort of circular economy, and they're doing this properly in the sense that it is a mandatory system, and say, look, and the idea that it proves that there's a value to tyres and you can develop a circular economy. You would think that ultimately we should be able to embarrass them with they're doing it in the rest of the world. And it's not that we're just behind that, we're way behind. So we don't even register on, the pulse of the UK's energy in this is so low.
Yeah.